Hello, thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Wednesday, January 29th edition of our video devotionals. Thank you so much for joining us today. And this is the middle part of the work week and the school week once again. And of course, for many of us, we'll have an evening service to attend, and please do that if at all possible. For us here, maybe for a lot of folks, the weather's definitely going to be a help for that. I think we're going to be in the 60s today, and of course, no rain or anything like that. So it's going to help us when we go out to church tonight, and then of course when we leave. So that's just an added bonus. But think about that, and certainly be in church if at all possible. Well, we call this Wisdom Wednesday, so we're going to be in the book of Proverbs. We're going to be in Proverbs 4:9 and also chapter 1:9. There's a similarity there that we're going to emphasize today. So find that if you will. Otherwise, thank you for watching the videos. We appreciate you, the acknowledgments of watching it, the comments, whatever they might be. Okay. All right, so I want you to notice here in Proverbs 4:9, in fact, we're going to go to verse 7 to give you the full context here. It says, "Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Exalt her." So the her there is the wisdom, okay, giving it that personification. It's kind of like when we say the sun's smiling at me. No, the sun doesn't smile. It's just kind of giving a human characteristic. So it says here concerning wisdom in verse 8, "Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her." Now notice verse 9. "She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace." We're going to talk about this ornament of grace. "A crown of glory shall she deliver to thee." Then over here in Proverbs 1:9, notice what it says here. We won't go back and give you the full context, but it's talking about instruction and wisdom and so on. Talks about the fear of the Lord in verse 7. Then it says in verse 9, "For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck." Notice again the ornament of grace unto thy head. So we're talking about the head here, and certainly anybody that would have heard that would have understood that there were people that well, I guess when we think about an ornament, let's just go to the word ornament here for a minute. When I think of ornament, obviously I think about Christmas ornaments, Christmas tree ornaments, and that decorates the tree. Sometimes they can be personalized, like we've got some ornaments that were given to us that might be for a certain year, or certain family members made it, or it may depict a little scene on there. We've got one someone made from a 3D printer, and I think it's like the manger scene, and it was made from a printer, believe it or not, a 3D printer. And that's a unique one. We got one, a lady in our church, our piano player actually, she painted an ornament on a little block of wood, and it's a picture of our little dog that passed a year ago this past November. And she took a picture, and honestly, I couldn't believe the likeness of it. So I'm saying it decorated the tree. It makes it more beautiful, the word embellishment, okay? So when you think about a person wearing a hat, like I've got caps that I wear, it might be about a sports team. It might be from a business, like I don't have one, but like, for example, I go to a Tractor Supply lot. We've got some chickens. We buy chicken feed. Well, they've got Tractor Supply hats. That's kind of a way, it's kind of an ornament. In other words, that it's something that's on the head. And of course, I'm kind of advertising. I understand that. So what I think the Bible's saying here, that when we take wisdom and we embrace it, we use it as a part of our life, and we treat it like you would treat your wife or your sister, very delicately, and take care and have that sense of closeness. It's saying that wisdom is going to be an ornament of grace. Now think about the grace aspect. When I think about grace, we think about the favor, especially like the grace of God, the favor of God. I wrote down opportunity. So all that being said, when someone lives their life with wisdom, it gives us a favor not only with God, but also with man, because wisdom stands out. And it's like walking around with like in the armed forces, there are certain hats and caps, and there's berets and different things that people wear. They can have some kind of a patch or something on it that designates certain things. It's there, and it designates sometimes your position. Sometimes it's about honor. And the truth is, I think when we embrace wisdom and use wisdom and make it a part of our life, it's something that stands out and makes us, in the eyes of not only of God and man, but there's a favor there, and there's an opportunity to serve God and to be a blessing. So let's use wisdom in our life. And most people appreciate wisdom. They appreciate it, And if we'll use God's wisdom, then we'll get through life. And as the Bible says, it'll be an ornament. It'll be noticeable, and it'll stand out, an ornament of grace into our heads. So think about that on this Wisdom Wednesday. And Lord willing, we'll see you back tomorrow. And I appreciate you watching.